at the Guiding Light Church in Roebuck. So.
Well, good.
So everybody, if you get a chance, go out there.
I've seen Guiding Light too. I mean, y'all's pastor.
Pastor Lowe, Pastor Jim Lowe.
He can go too.
He'll bring the house.
See, that's a 1-2 punch, isn't it?
Hey, yeah, both of them.
Come on.
We saw him at the governor's inauguration, as a matter of fact.
Sure did.
Fired me up.
He'll fire you up.
He outstanding. I wish, can we have lunch with him one day and just show him some love?
Let's do it.
You know, because you don't know, Bubba, you know, our show has a ministry too, 4 ministers, pastors,
Called Give Me a Break.
priests, and you come to us and get a break away from the pressure, because it is a lot of pressure.
Oh, yeah, a lot of calls and people needing
Hey,
things.
when you're the head shepherd, that's wow.
I want a round of Know the Good Book with the pastors.
Well, we've talked about it, but look, we're saving it for the big radio experience, okay?
Let's save it for spring break.
We need Pastor Steve Gaines in there also. So.
Or Steve, Supreme Book, not break. What did I say?
Yeah.
Sorry, Freudian slip there. Freudian slip, I'm looking ahead.
You know, Rick,
Go ahead, buddy.
you know, Rick, sometimes when you try to cut corners on
Learn a
something,
lesson
it's
here.
not always the best thing because it can cost you more in the long run.
Yes.
I have a,
Hold on. Okay, go.
I have a friend who is very accomplished in his job. He's done, very successful. He's very fortunate to get to work with some of his family members, and they all, it's just a great time for them. They recently decided that they were going to get a boat, and they have got them a little piece of property down on the water, and they didn't want a big, one of these big bass boats, that run 900 miles an hour,
Sure.
which I've never understood. What's the rush? But they wanted one of these smaller ones. Just really, on the big picture, inexpensive.
Functional.
Something we get out on the water,
Functional.
throw a few, cast a few times, do a little fishing, little bonding time for the family. 2 people in it tops, whatever.
Sure.
So they had ordered the boat, and they were all excited. As a matter of fact, he'd called me and said, we are going to put it in the water, and if you want to come down and take a ride in it, we'd love to have you. And we've got a mow alert in progress. Okay.
All right. Mow alert on Hobie. Okay. So you got invited, but this is just them going out the first time?
Yeah, they were going to go out, and I made the joke about they're going to christen the boat with grape juice and all that kind of stuff. So they went out to ride around. J-Bo, don't let me bother you with this story.
Yeah.
And so
see how knowing it when you really got something?
Oh my God!
I know, it's terrible.
It's like shotguns going off behind you.
We have breaks that are 5 minutes, 10 seconds, so you can talk about whatever you want. But go ahead.
So they're going out to test their boat out, and they're actually going to put the boat out at their place and whatever. And I asked him, I said, and I was very curious about what all they were getting, and I said, well, did you get you a trailer and all that stuff? He said, no. I said, we're not going to get a trailer because we're going to pretty much leave it at our place, and I feel like it'll be a waste to have the trailer, and we save a little cash there on that expense. So they get this extremely nice boat. Got a lot of little extra features to it, some very nice seats, a real nice motor, and they went to the 4-cycle, so it doesn't make as much, theoretically noise to the fish, and smoother operation. I mean, they're going to get serious about their fishing. Well, I said, how are you going to get your boat out to your place? And they said, well, the folks that we're buying it from have been very nice. They're just going to let us borrow a trailer. And I said, well, you know what? That's nuts of it.
Hey, that's stand up right there.
Well, Rick, sometimes the trailer that you let people borrow is not the nicest one that you have.
That's not your A game.
So they carry the boat out. They have a nice day on it. They're all excited. They're going to carry it back to their house, and they're going to store it there until their dock and everything is prepared, for the boat. But they're excited. Had a great day with the boat. Excited about the future of them and the boat.
Probably Channing.
Extremely nice. Nice little features on it they like. Well, they're headed on their way home up the interstate at dusk, getting dark. They hear a tremendous noise behind them. The trailer that they were loaned to carry the boat was old, rusty, not on the same level as the boat.
Well, because you loaned it.
Right.
It's a loaner.
One of the things holding the boat, rusted as it was, broke.
Oh, boy.
And cut loose.
Goodbye.
No.
The boat unloads itself off the trailer.
Goodbye.
Onto the interstate at 60 miles an hour.
No.
And the concrete begins to eat.
Rick, boat concrete 60, dust, a lot of sparks.
Lot of sparks.
Even better, the rope that was connected that you crank the boat onto the trailer with, it stayed connected.
What?
As it was reeling out, all of a sudden, that quick, they are dragging their new bass boat 65 miles an hour up the interstate, sparks flying like a welding convention.
Everything is old and turns loose except what you need to, the rope.
At some point in time, as they were trying to get off the side of the interstate,
Dragging their boat.
dragging their boat into the median, they realized that this highway was full of cars.
Yes. That was my next
Driving
question.
at high speed at dark now, which means they probably will not see this boat in the road.
What about the trailer that fell off?
Well, the trailer didn't fall off. It
Just what was holding the boat.
holding the boat in. It basically unwound. How lucky they were to avoid a complete disaster on the highway.
that was my next question. How come there wasn't just like a multi-car pileup?
Very lucky that no one was in that first 35 to 40 foot behind them.
God.
But their brand new boat, Rick, few problems with it.
Bet it doesn't look too good.
I don't know if the term a boat being totaled is correct, but if you have a new solid metal type boat,
Yes.
and it has been drug on the interstate at 65, it will leave a huge hole in the bottom of it.
Yes, it will.
Where the sparks were burning that metal out of the bottom of it.
Can I tell you this, too?
Not to mention what it will do to your motor and the propeller.
You don't have to be a graduate from Harvard to know that boats with holes in them, not good.
Had a conversation with him after it was over with, feeling lucky that a giant pileup on the interstate starring him and his dad,
Yes.
complete with helicopter coverage, had not occurred, said to me, I think I've learned a lesson. I will buy a trailer to go with my boat next time.
What, well, yeah, because buying one for this one won't do you any good because it can't float.
No.
But do I
Rick,
know? Do I know this person?
I suggested they sink the boat as a fish habitat.
There you go. At least you bought something. It's almost like buying fish.
Sink it off your pier, then you'll know where the fish will be.
And go buy you another not overly expensive boat, but this time let's get a not overly expensive trailer.
The lesson, folks, sometimes when you cut corners, it's not as cheap as you think, especially if you have to buy two boats now.
I hope JT was listening. That's a good JT lesson right there.
We love you. See you. Jerry Seinfeld next for the old Stand With Us. See you.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.